Hello, Tyler. Are you gonna go get lunch? Tyler's gone missing. But presumably will return. Soldier down. Beautiful, hello. I appreciate you very much. I had a really good idea for a pose for this character in bed last night, but obviously I've forgotten all about that. It's a playful and feminine character, but not to be sexualized. So I was thinking about like a stretch like this, kinda. Maybe a little wink. Could be kinda cute. But that looks a little bit too sexual, I think. Because it like accidentally puts focus here, where maybe we don't want it. So maybe instead. Yeah, I agree. Let's try something a little floaty. Because floaty usually works. And then we can emphasize the shapes without it being inherently sexual. If it's like a little jump for joy, so to speak. I don't like that leg. We're gonna play around. It's gonna take a hot minute before we get to the actual pixel part, but Maybe like this we could have some focus on the big tail. Well, slightly tipping could be something. Oh, we could have the hair going the opposite direction from the tail. That could give us some interest. Like just to have a little smile for a happy character. Hi Sean, excellent username. Not sure what else I would have expected from you. I think this way an arm up could actually really work. Because it looks more innocent. Honestly, I only started using Twitch to watch Tim Sutton stream, so this is my first pick and rodeo. But here we are now. I think this pose could work, but we're not utilizing our canvas enough. So we're gonna move it around a little bit. Some of us are smarter than others, huh? Oh yeah, that could be really cute. You're right, let's try that. Yeah, that's very cute. A little long. I'm just gonna fix that real quick. Thanks for the suggestion, I really like that. I'm trying to figure out, because we, so the problem with pixel art is that you have incredibly limited real estate. So I want to maximize the use of the square canvas. So I gotta get creative in the pose. I think we're getting somewhere now. because this way we're utilizing the squares better. Because it's gonna be a square canvas. Obviously this will be resized, but yeah, I think this is onto something. Before I started doing pixel art in Sai, I was doing pixel art on this online program, which is already like scaled down and only uses pixel brushes, and like it was awful. It was really hard to make that work because it was just so unintuitive to sketch with pixels. It's 10 times easier to sketch normally before you start getting into the nitty-gritty of the pixels. Don't we all think in teeny, tiny squares? We are all teeny, tiny squares in the fabric of life. We're going to resize this slightly. So I think the head will be more proportionate. Big ol' ears. Anime bangs. I have Starling next to me sleeping. Hang on. There she is. How the heck is this? Hand! No, the thumb goes on the inside. Or does it? Good lord. I hate hands. We'll come back to that. Good! Please be excited about creating things. Creation is always... I support exactly all brands of creativity. Okay. You flip the canvas to get a fresh perspective, in case anyone had not gotten the memo. And we're seeing... Hell yeah. I want a bone dealer too. I can't believe I don't have a bone dealer. Oh my gosh. I need a bone dealer. I can't believe life has not given me a fucking bone dealer. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, you mentioned. Okay, I think we gotta move this leg a little bit. Enlarge the torso a little bit. It was looking a little short. That means we also gotta move this leg down. You're very sweet, thank you. Come back anytime. You are correct, Sean. That is not what's happening. No. We gotta get that back, because that was decent. Just gonna move it. Okay. There we go. I think we need to push this a little bit more. We're gonna pull this leg up further. And we're gonna mess around with this one a little bit too. I don't really want it touching. I want to exaggerate this as much as I can, but I think in order to do that, yeah, that's why I find digital art the most forgiving too. It's easy to adjust for mistakes. That's why I very deliberately chose digital art when I wanted to get back into art, because it's like it's the most forgiving, and you feel less shitty when you make a mistake because you can just fix it. Okay, now we're gonna keep this very extended for that delicious shape language. But we gotta deal with this knee. Yeah, I actually... I'm not sure if this is a fox character, but it's very foxy. I agree. But yeah, I usually don't work with a lot of layers, actually. I tend to treat digital art very similar to traditional art, so I keep very few layers. I like to paint on the same layers whenever I can. Because I find that it makes it look neatest. Or well, I like how it looks, because like when you're painting on one layer, you have to like keep the brush strokes and shit, and I really like how that looks. But that's just personal preference. I know Max, when he does he keeps so many layers, it actually makes me feel stressed out just looking at it. Like he can have layers, like dozens and dozens of layers. And just navigating that, I'm just like, how? Why? I don't get it. With pixel art, I've had more layers from just because of the way pixel art works. But I still like to minimize them as much as possible. There, I think. Now we're getting somewhere. I hadn't thought about that, but you're probably right, actually. Max has said that he likes to do it, make sure that it's unobtrusive, so that he can always fix it. But I'm kind of like, well, if something happens, then I can fix it. I believe that I can just fix it just because I just believe that I can. So that's like the main reason. Alright, I think we have the legs mostly squared away. We have this big poofy tail that I'm really excited about. I wonder if I should cover front foot with it. I think that would be nice, but I would probably lose a little too much in translation if I do that, so we're just gonna have it come up behind. Oh gosh, I forgot to there. Yeah, I'm so excited about this floof. Alright. Bit of a bust. And we're gonna move this arm, because the shoulders are not wide enough. There we go. Oops. Looks a lot better. Dainty little anime hand. I know, right? I have, for real, when doing traditional art, tried to hit Control Z for undo on the paper itself. So that's how that is. We're just gonna redo that whole thing, because I'm pretty sure I was dead wrong on it. There we go. Alright, a lower arm. How does... What is hand? Because we're holding it up like this. And the thumb goes backwards. So it will be there. Yeah. Excellent, that looks correct. Now we're just gonna make it look good. Alright, alright, alright. Ugh. Why is a hand? It's true. I don't know anyone who loves or even enjoys doing hands. This is just... Alright, but I think that's decent. We'll work with it. The thing is that I can't be too fussed about the details either, because we're gonna shrink this down to a heck of a lot smaller. So, and at that point we're not even gonna have enough detail to bother with. Alright, let's take a look at the reference again. The character has one horn, which I think is really interesting. I assume the other one was broken off or something. Yeah, but it's like it's a horn, not in the forehead, but like on the one side. So I assume the other one was broken off, and I think it's really neat. Like that's a bit of character history without even looking at it. Yeah, right. So I'm probably gonna have to make that a little bit more clear. Here's the other, and also make it a little smaller so it's not competing as much. Oops. Yeah, I want to have some hair coming over the shoulder too for some added volume. Drama. There we go. Look at that again. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is gonna shape up to something. Yeah. Okay, this arm looks too long now, so we're gonna shorten it. Wait, no. Here we go. Gotta keep the arms the same length. Yeah, that was way... Now that sort of makes sense, but good god, it was a little too tall. Hi, Z. I saw what you said, but I did enter categories before I hit going live, so I don't know why they're not showing. Let's have a look at the reference again. I probably should make the... Whoops. Bank's a little wilder, but we're gonna do one more clean sketch. Before we go into the pixels. How would I redo it? I've already launched. Yeah. Our ultimate enemy. I'm gonna grab this reference again, just take a quick look. Alright. Let's see. If I can make that happen. The alert noise scared me, thanks, Sean. Oh, there, okay, I have to do it in Twitch. I was opening the wrong thing. Just opening the wrong thing. Just opening the wrong thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the zombie is real heckin' cute, isn't it? Let's see if I can find this heckin' thing. Edit stream. Oh. There. Art. Oops. Yeah, I already... Oh, yeah, okay. I get it. Done. What I had done previously was add tags. Not a category, but now I'm in a category. So, I succeeded. Yeah. Okay, great. We're gonna go back to this. Yeah. Gonna go back to this character. I noticed I pulled up the reference again to take a look at, and I hadn't added these little hair tufts. So we're gonna add those. So that's very cute. It's very anime vibe. Yeah, so my friend who this is for, this is her old persona that has been restyled and revamped so many times. So the design philosophy probably is kind of 90s inspired in a lot of ways, because like who weren't? I'm having a little bit of trouble with the bangs, but we're gonna swoop them over like this, and it's gonna be... There we go. That's a little more true to my reference. There we go. She is very cute. Her name is Pitch. Alright, let's... Very wild hair, which, if you look at the reference, this kind of... Oh my gosh, I get so spooked. I can't see whoever that is, but thanks for following. Yeah, no, this kind of hair is way not my style. So we're gonna simplify it a little bit to make it easier to draw in this kind of way. But like, I wouldn't have been commissioned if they didn't like my style, you know? So I feel fairly confident adapting that. But we're gonna keep it a little angular, just to sort of pay homage to Sex Original style. Oh, that's so stiff. Ah, oof. Okay. Oh, there. Yeah, I see. Spictric. Hello, Spictric. Thank you so much. Alright, so we're gonna try to make this look a little more natural by... There we go. I think that's gonna be a lot better. Gonna give a little hip dip, because I think they are cute. I don't know if these feet are maybe a little too human. Yeah, they are. They are a little too human. Okay. We're gonna give this is why you keep looking at your reference kits. We're gonna give her some big old toes. And some fluff. There we go. Now it's a proper furry. I wasn't doing proper furry cred before. Yes. I don't normally draw furries, so I was just defaulting the wrong way. Alright, let's... That's better. My mom is calling. I'm busy, Mom, sorry. I will get back to you. Okay, we gotta fix this a little bit more. Doesn't look properly degrade. I'm not sure. I think that made it worse. Okay, wait. What they want is... Oh, I loved BNA. I really, really did. It wasn't like a flawless anime in any way, but visually it was wonderful. And yeah, no, I loved the art. The art was great. I loved the art. The art was fantastic, and I really liked the sort of take they had on like what they decided a furry society sort of thing would be like. It was unusual. I hadn't seen something like that before, so I really liked it. I thought it was creative, and I really liked the art. I really liked how colorful it was. I didn't like the baseball episode. I felt like it kind of wasted a lot of time that could have been spent on the central conflict. But I've been told that animes have to have baseball episodes. Not sure why. I've been told the Japanese love baseball, but I can't say that I understand why. Okay, great. There we go. We have our sketch. I'm very happy with it, other than this hand, which we will keep coming back to, undoubtedly. Should probably save, too, because I sure as heck hadn't saved until now. That's a super bad habit that I have. I don't save often enough, which means that whenever a crash happens, I tend to lose work. So don't do that. Let's see. Okay, time to resize this fucker. Bam! That's our actual size now. This is what we're working with. We can remove these sketch layers, make a lines layer, and we're gonna grab my smooth binary brush. Here we go. Okay, so this is a binary brush that I have modified to always be super smooth. You can't see the pop-up window that I'm showing you, unfortunately, but like I have set it to a stabilizer, so it's always very smooth. So there is a delay when I use it, or should be. Looks like there isn't now. Nope. Means we're gonna have to restart side real quick. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so this is my binary brush, which means it only does pixels. I have set it to stabilize forever, so it's very slow, but it saves me a little bit of frustration. Because I swear to God, the most common thing you do in pixel art, oops, is correct your line work. Because on this small scale, you have like 0 real estate for anything that doesn't serve a purpose. And because I have this smooth brush, I like to start with smooth areas. This is just a digital art though. It's doing a line and then going, nah, and then redoing the line. There we go. And then we're gonna do a little bit of cleanup. I like to do cleanup as I go. Rule of thumb is that you don't want 3 pixels touching unless absolutely necessary. Because it adds so much visual bulk. You also want to be careful about places like this, where the transition isn't what you would like. So you just alter the 1 pixel to make it smoother. I also like to taper edges by doing that. It like fakes a tapered sort of look, because when you zoom out, your mind sort of fills in that, okay, this is a tapered line, even though it's not actually tapered, because you can't taper lines when you're doing pixels. There we go. I really like adding a line for the knee. I think it's fun. Okay. Let's jump right onto the other leg. Gosh, we're gonna mute Discord real quick, because I am getting distracted by my pop-ups. There we go. It's not even, I'm not even popular, it's just like group chats. Oh gosh. We're gonna fit a third toe in here if it's the last thing I do. Oh, that looks... Yeah, but when you zoom out, you can't tell that it's bulky. We're gonna be fixing that. Well, I have Discord not giving me sound alerts, because if anything gives me sound alerts, I get just as startled as you. Nah. Yes, nah. And the little knee. Knees are cute. I really like drawing knees. I don't know why. Yeah, right? It's like... I don't know, they're just cute. I just like drawing them a lot. Yeah. Alright, let's mess around with this, see if we can't clean this up a little bit. I feel like this is a little too bulky, so we're gonna go in by hand with the normal binary brush and fix this up. And we're gonna place pixels. No. Actually, we can probably get away with just doing this. Yeah, that will be fine. As long as we taper that. Yep. That's what we want. Now, Pitch has claws, but we will be adding such tiny details last, because otherwise we're gonna be here all day. No. Yes. No. No. When we get to these tiny areas, I find it's best to use your manual brush, so you have a little bit more control that way, even though you gotta do a bunch of cleanup. Pixel art is just to clean up on aisle 5 meme. I don't like that. We're gonna... Yeah, it's I've always liked pixel art because it's so heckin' particular. It's definitely its own challenge. And you really have to figure out like a system of sorts. Nah, okay. We're gonna mess around with this a little. Because here's another problem. If you have 5 fingers, but you only have 100 pixels, what are you gonna do? I think we're gonna have to kind of squoosh them. Because I like to at least have a suggestion, you know? That looks a hot mess, but I promise you that it will make sense once I get some lines on there. Or I mean, shading. So that's when you define a lot of this. We're gonna make this a little thinner though. There. Yeah. Alright. No. There we go. A little strong on the shoulder there. Does she have a belly button? She does not have a belly button. We will not give her one. That's not good. You don't want to get areas like this of crosses. It often looks really bad zoomed out, so we're gonna have to adjust this line. Move things around a little bit. I want it to be a little fluffier. Just a little bit. Just gotta get some suggestions of fluff in here. Yes. Maximum fluff is required. I'm pretty sure it's mandated by law, actually. Oh yeah, there we go. The fluff of Court of 1987, yes. You are entirely correct. There we go, now we have to clean this up. Breaking lines is also a good way to kind of fake a tapered look. This is looking a little... There we go. Ah, it's a little too angular. That means we gotta smooth this line out a little bit. I think we want to fix those lines. Nah, it's a little rigid. Yeah, that's fine. Whoops. Yes. Okay. Here's a boob. Enjoy your breakfast. Tell me what you're having. Alright. Eggo waffles. 11 has entered the chat. Alright, let's try to make sense of this. It's better to try to, I think, work these kinds of problem areas out in the pixel stage, because then you really know the limitation you're working with, and you don't spend a lot of needless time on details that you won't be able to show anyway. It's just my opinion, though, or rather how I like to do it. Oh no, I don't like that. We're having some trouble with this one. I think if we do like this... Yes. This is good, we can work with this. Yeah. Yeah, this will work. This will work. I'm just gonna shorten that. There we go, and we're gonna lengthen this. Oops. It looked like it would work, but I take it back. I don't think it's gonna work. Because looked way different when zoomed out. That's honestly usually what happens, which is why you should zoom out all the heckin' time. And okay. I think we'll be able to work with this. But who knows? I might be working on this hand for the next 500 years. I don't think so. That's a joke. We're also gonna have to readjust this. Maybe I should. Yeah, I think that's better. Oh, it's so hard to tell. So hard to tell. But I think this way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm deciding that this is gonna work. I don't want to spend more time on this heckin' hand. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I've done hands on a small scale once before. No, 3 times before, I think. And it always looks better when I get the shading off, so I need to stop fussing about it. Hello, Sean. Please enjoy your waffles. Alright. I'm just here. I have fought this hand to the death, and now I'm fighting the hare. But it's okay, because I'm gonna win. Yeah, this will be good. This will be fine. Whoops, whoops. There we go. You're so heckin' funny. Oh my god. Alright. I think we're gonna... There we go. Yeah, so it's just lying on her shoulder, so it follows the movement of the rest of the hair. That will look a lot better. Great. And then cleaning. Yay. Alright, coming in. This is the maximum zoom, by the way. You can't get closer than this. The eyes are always tricky, because you have so little real estate, but you want the eyes to be expressive. I've always sorta dabbled in pixel art. Because my first ever drawing program was MS Paint, which is of course a binary program. So I've sort of always kinda known my way around working with pixels, but I didn't do like pixel art, until finally, I think 4 weeks ago, a month ago, when I was like, hey, I've always liked pixel art. Let's finally teach ourselves how to do it properly. So yeah, it's actually super recent that I've been doing pixel art proper, I would say. But I really enjoy it. It's definitely a challenge, in a way that other art forms aren't quite. Like, all art has its own, limitations and challenges and all, but pixel art, because you're on such a small scale, is so incredibly particular, and I really like the challenge of like seeing how much detail I can get. And yeah, I I learn very fast. That's like one of my superpowers. My art superpower is that if I try something, I usually learn it. Which is a great superpower to have, and I'm very happy that I happen to have it, because I'm so artistically curious. Like, I can't be still. I feel like I'm always trying something new, because I get kind of bored otherwise. I don't want to stagnate, and there are so many cool art styles, and I just want to do every cool art style instead of like doing a specific one. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it is. It's super nourishing. It makes me feel good to always try stuff and then to feel like I've learned the stuff. And then of course when I then apply all of them, all of these different things to each other, I feel much more happy when I'm working on a big piece. Animation is done in Photoshop usually. I mean, this is just going to be a simple floating animation, so I'm going to just nudge it up and down. This is not a problem. With big animations, I have to individually draw every frame, so that's a whole other story. Like the one I showed you with the wings opening, I drew the wings on a separate layer, and I drew each individual stage of the wings opening so I drew like 5 different set of wings. Sek, you're here! Look, it's ya girl! Please say hi to Sekram. She is my friend, and this is her character. The other person is Sean, who is also my friend. Hi! Do you like what I've done? It's lagging hardcore. That's unfortunate. Don't know what to do about that, but I hope you will enjoy yourself anyway. Yay! I'm happy you like her. I'm really excited to get into the coloring finally. So I'm just gonna go into I go into MS Paint to make a little palette for myself. Hey! Princess is here. Hey, come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gonna be here now. She is incredibly helpful and we love her very much. Alright. Just gonna create my little palette. Oh, you're so cute. There we go. Oop. There's our palette. um, I do have Picarto, but I also have Twitch. And so, yes, one of my friends wants me to be famous, so we're trying Twitch in case I get famous. There we go. Now we lock these flats and we're gonna map out some colors. Should have used this color for flats. There we go. Let's start with the dark areas. I would happily be arch famous. That sounds like it would be super nice. But I definitely don't anticipate that. I should make a pixel portrait of Mona Lisa in 100. Put that in the loo. Both of them. They're not great friends, but they tolerate each other. Yeah, she's not a kitten anymore. Princess is not a huge fan, but unfortunately for her, she has no real say. Yeah. It goes right. The white. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine, but oh no, that's absolutely not what I meant to do. There. This is the direction. I really like this design though. I didn't tell you that, but I gotta say, I really like the design. Because I think the balance of the whites versus the tans is just so nicely done. You have good artistic sensibilities, okay? Your winging is fine. Alright. Great. I think... Oh yeah, the face. Yep. Oops. I agree, Sean. For sure, the most important part. Let's have a look. Yeah. I think we're gonna color this thing too. I think that fills it out a lot better. And now it's time for the sparkle dog part. This is absolutely the strongest cyan you could find. This is no discount cyan. I'm sure printers everywhere love you. Yeah, I think this is good for our flats, which means it's time to shade. I'm thinking we'll be shading with this accent color. I always turn the flat colors off to shade because that way I don't get distracted at all. I can just focus on my shading. Coming from there, I think. Honestly, shading is where pixel art comes alive, because that's when it all starts coming together. So that's my favorite part. Yep. That's the best part, actually. When you put the blending modes on the shading and see it all come together. Shading is also definitely the part that is the most placing individual pixels. Because the line art isn't really that, like you saw, that's just drawing. But the shading is very, very placing individual pixels. And the way you place them make a heck of a lot of difference. So in my opinion, that's the most fun. I find the layers so satisfying to see them come together too. Alright. Shading is also where you have the opportunity to actually put down details, because like you have no room for detail in the line art really. So this is absolutely the most fun part in my opinion. I kind of... I mean, thank you very much. Hi, Shaq! Yes! That's my pixel friend. Chuck also makes really great pixels. But yeah, no, I don't get burnt out because I use art as a way to not get burnt out. Like, art is kind of an escapism for me at the moment, so just sitting down and drawing and zoning out allows me to not have to think about all the other shit I have going on. So it's probably the other way around. I would probably feel burned out if I didn't have art. I am. Thanks, Chuck. I think, in a way, I'm making up for lost time. Because I didn't draw for so long when I was doing really badly. So now I think, in a way, I'm kind of reclaiming art, and I feel good finally doing art. So it's like, I don't know, I strongly feel like I'm making up for lost time. Thank you, Tyler. I'm really happy that I can do that too, because there was a time where I didn't feel like I could, where coming back to art felt like it would be impossible. So the fact that I'm doing art at all is really important to me. And also, I'm such a curious person. It's like I just want to do art all the time so that I can try new things with art all the time, literally all the time. Because you might have noticed that I have no consistent style whatsoever. Because I'm just always like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna make some art, and today we're gonna experiment with something new again. Listen, I will deep talk all day, every day. No subject is too much. I feel like you and I are kind of similar with like how we approach art, because you also you do really pretty stuff, and you do different things all the time, and you do them kind of quickly, and you can't really tell as much. But I also do art very quickly, because I'm just like, okay, great, I just want to be done with this so that I have finished this experiment and so that I know what it will look like. So I think we're more similar than you maybe think. Go do the work, Tyler. Don't let me keep you from doing important duties. You say as if you don't work for the fucking government. There you go. Remember that I'm always right. I haven't told anyone that for a hot minute. I am always right, literally. Thank you very much for understanding this truth. That's true. The only exception is that I'm super left in politics. See you. Have fun. Actually, his work task is like to predict the future for real. I don't remember what it's called, but he's supposed to like make predictions about the future so that the government can be like on top of trends. Which is a job that I had no idea existed, but honestly sounds really fun. Yeah, right? Yeah. That's the kind of thing I would like to do for a living. Except not really. Government decide which. Listen, I would love to be a witch full time, okay? I don't get to do enough witchy shit in my life. Oh my god. New Zealand is fucking wild. That's sort of like how in Iceland you can get a certificate for fairy hunting. Also, being a part-time witch pays nothing except for the occasional nice vibes. Same. Hard same. I wonder if that position that opened after they were done filming Lord of the Rings, huh? Someone has to protect Middle-earth from Gandalf the Grey, isn't there? Same. Fucking bless Ian McKellen, honestly. You're a wizard secret. I gotta say, it makes me real happy to see all my friends hanging out. Because you're all my pals, but from different places. Enjoy dinner. Burgers. Yeah, I support burgers. Burgers are always good. Did you finish your avatar for the wolf game, by the way? Honestly, that's a fucking mood. I told myself I would cook today, but then I was like, nah. And I went to the store. Because the store is exactly 30 seconds away, which is a real problem when you're just kind of like, nah. Because you can just go to the store, because it's 30 fucking seconds away. And then you never get anything done. Yeah. It's, as my mom likes to put it, it's a crawling distance. She is correct. It is crawling distance. But basically I don't get shit done, because the store is right there. And also I'm depressed. So, you know. It's way easier to go there than to do anything else. Although I have figured out a life hack for how to bully myself into making food. And that is to get frozen food and then de-thaw it. Defrost it? Thaw it, whatever. And then I have to cook it, because otherwise it will be a waste. So that's my #1 life hack for getting things done like that. Get perishables and make sure they don't perish. Where would we be without loopholes? Our minds are just so useless otherwise, you know? Oh, I forgot to shade under this knee. That's an excellent life hack. But my cats are always fed. They always have access to food, so I can't implement that one. My cats have one of those little food dispenser things that you fill up and then they just get food. Because I thought that would make my life easier. And it is, because then there's no way I forget to feed them. Which makes me sound horrible, but, you know, sometimes that happens. Okay. I don't feed my cats wet food anymore, because I had a cat who, she would throw up if she had wet food. Like, without fail. And she loved it, but she would just, you know, scarf it down way too quickly and she would throw up. And it didn't seem to matter how careful I was with that. Like, if I gave her only half or anything or something like that, like, it didn't seem to matter. She would always throw it up, and I was like, okay, great, we're not doing this. So I've gotten into a habit of not feeding my cat wet food for that reason. And also because it's more expensive, and, you know. But I like to give them treats. I like to give them, like, meat scraps when I'm cooking and stuff like that, so they get some protein. Oops. Well, when you're working this small, in, like, because this is 100, when you're working this small, you can't really afford to just slap things on, because it's not gonna read. But that's also why I really like working this small, because I really like the sense of, you know, challenge. So when things are this tiny, it's just like, well, you kind of have to shade it in a detailed way, because otherwise what you're doing isn't gonna read. Thank you. You see me doing the thing that I told you to do too, which is cutting through clumps. Yeah. And I find it super important to do that on this small scale. Oh, okay, sure, yeah, we're approaching. We're on Shadows 3, and then we're gonna do 2 highlight layers. And then we'll be doing all the other stuff. Also, this one is going to have a blinking animation, so I'm gonna be doing that too for the last steps. Let's see. Honestly, the third shading layer is my favorite, because I feel like that's the one that really gets to bring out the oomph factor. And I really like being super deliberate about how I apply it too. I really like to leave a border in some places on the final shading layer, because it's sort of it's like faking a little rim light. I think that's nice. I think it looks neat. So I'm probably actually gonna... Thank you! I'm gonna take away just a couple spots here. Okay. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much for the meme, Chuck. Alright. Lights 1. For lights, I like to use a very orangey yellow initially. This is called dithering, Sean. When you feather pixels out like this. It's a way to sheet a two-tone without actually having the ability to transition between tones. Because your eye sort of fusses it out. It's a very small thing, but it makes a lot of difference. It's really fun to do. Hi, Bella. Amazing, the gang's all here. Oh, whoops, forgot about the ear. Oh. What other streams? Oh, of course, yes, sorry. I was like, what other streams have I had? But no, it is the Eurovision streams. Of course. Yes. You're like ships passing in the night. I wonder if we'll have Eurovision next year. I really hope so. I'm too much of a nerd to manage without it. Oh. Gonna... Whoop. Yeah. I just really like Eurovision. You know, it's just shenanigans everywhere and it's a good time. And that's all we need. You know, in a lot of ways, that's exactly what we need in this horrible, horrible world we live in. That works. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to watching old Eurovision videos. It's always a really heckin' good time. Great. Last shading layer. I like that we're all still really salty about Australia. But they really don't even go here, and I'm... Can someone please tell them not to come anymore? Dollar Vision! Oh my god! Yes! Flawless! Perfect! 10 out of 10. Did you see that there's gonna be an American song contest? Hang on, I'm gonna text my mom real quick. Because she's worried that I'm not answering the phone. Yeah, apparently Sweden is helping them do that, and I'm very conflicted about this information, because I'm like, well, on the one hand, sure. Where is it? I don't see it. Where? Just below our tail. I don't see it. Oh! Great, thank you so much. Many thank you. Hugely appreciated. I'm happy to get you your gesturing workout, Bella. Because that's obviously a skill that has to be kept up. Great. Alright, time for the magic. I see that we have some stray coloring here, which is not what we want. So we're gonna fix that real quick. There we go. We're all wizards. Yep, and I like how that looks on a small scale. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. We're gonna save this as a PSD in preparation for the animation later. And let's see. No, I'm happy with it. Right, okay, so I'm gonna merge these right away. Keep the line separate for now, and we're gonna grab this blue and make some little claws happen. See if we can make that look decent. Actually, let's grab a little darker blue. Not sure if this will translate the way I want it, but we're gonna see. Yeah, there you go. Now you suddenly see what the hand is supposed to be like. Amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm doing my best. I feel like my anatomy has been a little up and down, but I want it to be good. So I've been doing some studies here and there, and I think that's helping a lot. So it's very nice of you to say that. Thank you. That makes me happy. Yep, I like how this looks. And now we're gonna color the line art. Get ready, Chuck. Thank you so much. You're all so kind. Alright, so we're on the line art layer. We're grabbing colors. Whoops, we forgot to lock the line art layer. There you go. No, I don't like that. Let's do it a little darker. Yep, we pick a color that we already have, in the shading somewhere, and we use what we think will work. I usually go a tone or two darker than the area I'm at. And that's honestly about it. There's nothing fancy at all to how I color my lines, in my own opinion. I like to use some lines to like get rid of the actual line art, so I will use the same. Like here, I'm gonna remove this line because I think the knee does just fine without it. Never mix a new color. I always grab from what I have available to me, because I find that it looks both more cohesive and I think, you know, why wouldn't you? You have the colors right there. There's no point in not using them, but that's just my opinion, of course. So I just grab the ones that I have. You saw that I merged my layers, so. In areas like this, I like to color the line art so that the lines disappear, because it reads really nicely when you zoom out. Yeah, I think it's a nice thing to do, and it saves you a little bit of work. There, let's use the lightest one. Whoops. And this way I also pick from the surrounding areas, you know, so I'm using the lines for what I'm already looking at, and I find that, you know, that way you get a very neat looking line art, because it's all colors that already exist in the area, if that makes sense. Also, yes, shortcuts are the best. I will sometimes make a new color, like here. I don't want to use this color here because I don't want these to merge, but I don't want it to be straight black, so I might just, in that case, I might just darken it and create this color. But I don't do that super often. And I still, you know, grab a color to have from the start in that case. I think I'm losing a little more contrast here than I wanted, so we're gonna experiment with using this color instead, yeah. So I actually usually spend quite a bit of time just coloring the hecking line art because I want it to look good. But I think it's fun to do. It's like the fun final step that I really enjoy. I also like to grab from colors that don't necessarily belong to that color, if that makes sense, because like here's the base color, but to outline this I grab the color from this marking color instead, because I think that will work better. It gives me a little bit of darkness without being straight black. There's nothing, you know, wrong with straight black, I just enjoy when things aren't straight black. Yes. think I'm losing just a little bit of contrast. So we're gonna find those problem areas and fix it. The face is so tiny. I think that's part of the problem, but I think it will read fine once we get her blinking. I think I also want to pull this down just a little. Yeah. Great. I'm pretty happy with that, I would say. So now we're gonna create the blinking frames, which I literally just do by duplicating her and then just drawing the animation. Because there's really no smarter way of doing it. For an animation this simple, you might as well. There. Or do we want it like that? Nah. We're gonna do what we did. Cat has indeed left the video chat. I don't know if that was in reference to one of mine, but do like that, yeah. There we go. Have a blink. And then we save that. Move it to Photoshop for final assembly. Yes, Cat and Couch again. Yeah, I noticed. But you know, you could have been talking about your own cat. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring that in Photoshop for animation, and then it's done. So, thank you for joining me today, team. I had a good time hanging out. I'll probably do this again because I enjoyed it. So, you know, stop by anytime. Yes, we are always willing to vibe. Everything is vibing all the time. Yes. Alright. Thank you so much, guys. Catch you on the texting